Good day, family. Pastor Warren here. Just wanted to touch base as we're coming towards the end of our time of fasting. Right, we're on the back nine at this point. The thing that I felt in my spirit this morning to want to get on here and share with you is as we look at what the focus was for our fast this week. It was uh, be cleansed, be refreshed, be renewed, right? Be cleansed, be refreshed, and be renewed. And the thing that I felt that I had just been feeling is, over the last, couple days, um, the different struggles that whether I've heard from other individuals or even some things that I may have felt myself, it really, brings that back to our remembrance that there was a purpose in what we were doing during this time of fasting. We were wanting the Lord to cleanse us, right? And in cleansing, there's a purging that takes place, and that purging isn't a comfortable process, but it's something that we know is necessary, and it's for our good, right? It's some things, the imperfections coming up. It's the things that are being brought out, right? It's just as David said in Psalms 51, asking the Lord to search us. And if there's anything that's in us that we want him to take it away. And then there's the refreshing that comes that is meant to restore and rebuild, right? To replace those things that have been a hindrance, or that needed to go, right? But the part I really want to hone in for today and where I feel that we are is the renewing part, right? Because there has to be that reminder in our minds and in our hearts that through this process right now that God is doing some renewing, right? And when you think about that word to renew, right, it really speaks to uh, something being made better. It's not just it's just a new thing, but this new thing is a better thing. And so it's something that's being made better through the process in which it's going through. And that's exactly what's happening, right? I think of what Paul says in Romans chapter 12, verses 1 to 2, right? Very familiar scripture, but if we take a moment and sit back and see what he tells us, he says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. That word renewing there, when he's talking about the renewing of the mind, it says a renewal or renovation or a complete change for the better. What's taking place right now through this season of fasting, God is cleansed, God is refreshed, but now he's doing some complete changing for the better. He's renovating, right? He's upgrading what once was, where we once were, and the way we once thought and the way we were once functioning. And so though it doesn't feel great as we're going through it this entire time, so many of the things that you're experiencing is simply meant to bring it to the surface, bring it up so we can see it. It can be disposed of, and then God can do what he desires to do, which is to renew, right? To completely change for the better. And the thing that he's going to do, we're going to begin to see that fruitfulness come about, right? The fruit of the Spirit will be on display, and that's what we're doing. And so I want to encourage someone to be steadfast, to continue to hold tight, know that it's not for nothing, it's not in vain, but there is a work that is being done. God is doing something right now. And so I want you to to keep pressing, right? Keep seeking the face of God in this moment. Continue to pray, continue to worship, take time and just give God thanks. And as you're coming through this, the renewing that is taking place is amazing. And I'm excited to see what is to come. Not just for myself, but for each and one of you individually and for us as a body corporately. So remember, through this time of fasting and dedication and presenting our bodies a living sacrifice, that is about us being cleansed, it's about being refreshed, and ultimately we will be renewed. God bless. I pray you have a blessed remainder of your day, and look forward to seeing you Friday night at All Night Prayer. See you then.